For those who don't know me, my name is Jen. You can also call me Jenny. My full name is Jennifer. Yes, it is on my passport. No. But other people may know me as Mpo. I am going through a very interesting journey. So the name conversation is something that we can talk about at a later stage. But I am currently a chartered accountant. I travel the world as a nomad and I go literally from one country to the other. And one of the things that have been that has been extremely joyful during this time for me is the fact that I get to go to different countries and try out different products. One of my most favorite things to do when I get to a new place is to go to the store. Not only does it usually ground me for various reasons, which I'll talk about at a different day, but I do find it quite interesting to just walk through the aisles and see what kind of products they sell in that country, what variations of the products I know from home, of the brands that I know from home that they have, right? And in doing that, I found myself to truly one is that I can spend an hour in a shop just walking around looking at things and just perplexed, why don't we have this at home? And two is that I found joy in it in such a soothing way, in a very centering kind of way, which is something that I didn't know I would ever enjoy because I've never been a fan of shopping. But in doing that, I always wondered, why don't we have this at home? I wish we could have this at home, especially when I try the products and I really, really love them. And so Jenni & Co. for me has been inspired by my travels. It's been inspired by my journey with self-love and self-care and redefining that for myself in this year as a nomad and as, a person on sabbatical. But also, it has just allowed me to really define for myself what self-love looks like and what self-care looks like. I do spend a lot of time in South Korea as well. I use South Korea as my base. I typically travel in and around or live in and around Asia with the occasional trips to other continents. And so living in South Korea or using that as my base has also allowed me to tap into the Korean skincare in a way that I guess is not always possible just doing so online. So being able to truly engage with people there and see what products are they using, why are they using those products, what brands are really truly popular, what products actually work. So I actually try out the products. And I will say, okay, as you can see, no makeup on, honeys. No makeup on. So I'm super excited. And yes, I'm going to be answering some questions. This is a me interview. I'm interviewing me. Jenni & Co. is a platform where we discover our glow through exploring, education, and the mapping of stories with the intention to find a unique solution for ourselves that contributes to our self-care rituals and self-love state. That's a mouthful. But all of that is to say that I have had quite the interesting journey with self-love, with self-care, with skincare as part of my self-care journey. And it is not always about looking at what everybody else is doing and kind of copy-pasting that and saying, yeah, sure, she's using that, I'll do it. She's running, I'm also going to run. She's meditating, oh, I'm also going to meditate. It's about finding what truly resonates with you. And for the longest time when I was in the rat race in corporate, I didn't always have the time to look after myself. In fact, in most cases, I would put everybody else and everything else ahead of me, including my job, my family, my friends, a partner. Everybody else came first. And by the time I was done giving all to all those people who I do love and to the jobs that I had that I did love or the businesses that I had that I did love, there was nothing left for me. And this year, I've been very intentional about building a life where I do put myself first, because I do realize now and have learned over the years that I cannot give out of an empty cup. And it's something so cliche because we hear this all the time, right? You cannot give out of an empty cup. But I don't know that our society cultivates and encourages women enough, or cultivates an environment for women to truly put those words into action. And so I have been very intentional about this. And so I wanted Jenni & Co. to be a platform where for other women as well, you can come, excuse this little fly that keeps coming in here. But I wanted Jenni and Co to be a platform where other women can come on and find products that maybe aren't always necessarily easily available to us or easily accessible. And just also to kind of see the range of what is out there from a health perspective, from a beauty perspective, from a cosmetics perspective. And there is also lots more coming to the platform, which I can't wait to launch. And just creating a space where women can truly feel catered for. And to encourage everybody else on their journeys not to give up and to continue exploring what works for you, exploring what is the unique solution that fits you specifically and that works for you and the life that you are trying to build. And so that is why I felt like Jenni and Co was important, and now more than ever, because I don't believe that, we need to be waiting for some other person to create something for us. And so I wanted to create a place, even though I'm still on my journey and I haven't quite figured out all the answers, I wanted to still create the platform and we can learn as we go together. So this for me is a journey, and it's one that will forever evolve. I don't imagine that the products I use on my skin today are the same products I would have used 10 years ago if I had access to them. And I don't imagine that these will be the same products I use 10 years from now either, right? So as we evolve as people and as our bodies evolve as we grow older as well, they need different things from us, and we have to address different things. As I move, for example, from one country to another, I have to address different concerns because there are factors, external factors that do impact my skin, that impact my my breathing, that impact my access to certain products or to certain types of foods, and just a bunch of other things that do kind of can cause stresses in our environments that we typically don't take into account. And so anyway, I thought that this would be a great way to start creating a platform where people can tap into kind of like that extended voyage of products.